Shabbat Shalom. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about Parsha Makitz, the Ascent of Joseph. It starts off by saying that Pharaoh said to Joseph that I've had a dream, but there's no one who can interpret it. And it's a marvelous thing to think that here this young shepherd boy who was tending sheep with his brothers, who became jealous of him and sold him into slavery, was now standing before the leader of the greatest nation of the time. And the leader was saying, I need your help. I've heard you can interpret dreams, and I've had this dream, but no one can tell me what it means. And Hashem put it within him that he could tell the Pharaoh what his dream meant. And through that whole process, Joseph ascended from shepherd boy to slave to a man in prison to eventually the vizier of Egypt, the greatest nation on the face of the earth at that time. And we see that this was a process that just didn't happen by circumstance. There was divine intervention in the affairs of men here. Hashem Baruch Hu gave him this ability to interpret dreams just from this one thing, interpreting dreams. He ascended to Vizier of Egypt just from this one gift that Hashem had given him. He became second in command of Egypt. Sometimes we underestimate the little gifts that Hashem Baruch Hu gives us, don't we? We think, oh, this isn't much. But in Joseph's case, it only took the one talent that put him where he was. And it may only take the one talent to put us where Hashem wants us to be. Because there's a quote in the New Testament, a passage that says, all things work to the good of those who are called according to his purpose. We see that he can put things into motion, processes into motion, that can bring about his plan through us. He needs us to work through upon this earth. We are very valuable. We may not think so, but we are. We're very valuable to Hashem Baruch Hu, because he has to work through us. That is the decision he made a long time ago, that he would work through people, like he worked through Moses, and he worked through Abraham, and he worked through Jacob, Isaac, all these people he worked through. And we're here today, and he will work through us. And it's always an encouragement to read this story about Joseph, and how with his one God-given talent, he was able to overcome all these obstacles and become second in command in the government of Egypt. And by that, he saved many, many millions of lives. Remember, that famine at that time was no short thing. It was 7 years. 7 years of famine. There were a lot of people that died. But Joseph saved a lot of people because he had followed the dreams that he had. He had followed the interpretation. And he helped Pharaoh to prepare for that time so that all these people in Egypt and in that whole area could buy grain and not starve to death because of that one talent, that one simple talent of interpreting dreams. We have talents today. He has given us talents. We may not always know what they are. We may not realize what we're being used in. But it's not something that we have to put out a whole lot of effort for. I mean, Joseph didn't put out a whole lot of effort. It seemed like these things just came along. And they will come along in our lives too. And they will be according to what we have been called to do, according to Hashem's purposes. They may not be what we want to do, but he knows what he has chosen us for. He knows what our best talents are. And he will use those to fulfill his plan, if we allow him to work through us. All we have to do is to relax and let him work through us. I used to have an old saying, if you don't know what your calling is, relax, wait 2 or 3 days, and then look and see what you're doing. Because he will lead us naturally into it. It won't be something that's totally alien to us. It's something that he will just lead us into naturally. It will be a part of our everyday life. It'll be something so comfortable that we will want to do it when we see it happen. And each one of us are important in that aspect. He has chosen each one of us with our own special talent to fit as a piece of a puzzle in his plan. And when we allow him to work through us, that plan will be accomplished, just as it was in Joseph's day. And who knows, maybe millions of people will be dependent upon our little part. So I challenge you today, if you don't know what your calling is, relax, take it easy, wait 3 or 4 days and see what you're doing. Take a good look at what you're doing. It may be helping somebody, it may be encouraging somebody, it may be supporting someone financially. You never know. But whatever it is, it's important in Hashem Baruch's plan. So I would encourage you today to just relax and enjoy it. It's a wonderful ride, it's a wonderful and lofty goal, and it's a wonderful success because we cannot fail if we're allowing Hashem Baruch to work through us. So I would wish you today a Shabbat Shalom, a Yom Nifla, have a wonderful Hag Sameach, and goodbye.